Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Super Robot Wars Archives. My name is Austin. I hope you are all doing well. It's nice to return to Alpha. This is my first time playing it since my computer kind of gave up on me. I started to go to continue. I need to go to load. My bad. Apologies in advance if I sound a little bit weird. I don't think I was sick. I don't think I had a cold. I think it's just the change in temperature. It was like 20 degrees and then 60 the next morning. It was 20 degrees like 2 nights ago, then 60, and now it's back down to like 30. And that change in temperature usually makes me like very congested. So hopefully that won't come through. Maybe I'm apologizing for nothing, but I at least want to mark it so nobody worries. Okay, so our scenario is pretty straightforward this time. I also get the sense that I was, to return to a refrain that control room guy and I were having, I was probably incorrect about how this part of Alpha is relating to the whole of the plot of Dunbine. So Byrne and Gerald and Galeria are all talking about who's going to sortie with who in this next mission to try and capture the Argama. And there's a lot of back and forth about like who's going on which squad. I do have the notes that tell me that, but like not knowing any of those characters, I feel like it's not that valuable for me to talk about because I don't actually like have a take on them, you know? Like that feels like something knowing Dunbine would knowing Dunbine there would benefit a conversation. Here we have Quattro and Bright talking both generally about their concerns over not being in contact with Amuro yet. They come to the conclusion that it's probably okay that because they're not operating under the same principles as like the world that they are used to, that might account for the lack of communication that they've had. But you know, it's worth recognizing that someone who is notably reliable and, you know, pretty combat savvy has not shown back up, so maybe we should be worried. And then also Quattro tells Bright that he ran a background check on Ingram. He is becoming progressively more worried about Ingram, and I'm glad we've built tension a lot. Let's do something with it. So the break point here is that Quattro says enough is enough. How Ingram was responding to the aura power on Drake's ship is like, that's no longer speculative. Like the way he responded to it is enough to go, we are now actively concerned. And I'm glad that we are like, we're taking steps. That's positive. I was kind of worried that we were just going to like keep speculating to death about Ingram, and maybe that was just going to be a much larger arc across like Gaiden and 2 and 3, but it feels like we might actually get to resolve some of that now. The two of them do commiserate about sort of how Ingram has been relating to them, and they agree that he has not taken any actions, like actively taken any actions that directly counter whatever the rest of the group is doing. He does act in their benefit, generally. He does act in their benefit generally, period. He acts on behalf of the SRX project pretty much as like first order operation. And because like not only just because we have Ryusei, but in general because of how we are operating, we sort of go along with how the SRX project works. So like it's not surprising that we have his cooperation, but you know, it stands out his interest in aura power, especially considering how many conversations we've had recently over how dangerous aura power is. It does look like we do not have any of the aura battlers, so I'm pretty sure we set some of the stuff up with them at the end of last scenario, which is a shame we're not going to get to see that, but that's fine. Okay, so we have Byrne here in a Leprechaun, and then we have the regular Drumlows. Interesting. Our expert point is kind of different this time. I like this as a conceit every once in a while. So we need to shoot down Byrne, and we need to do it within 2 turns. This seems like no big deal, considering we have Daisaku here. I think we're gonna be fine. But that part's normal. That part's normal. We get 2 expert points for that. The one that's interesting is we lose an expert point if we destroy all enemies before we get to the turn 5 mark. Actually, so saying that, I'm speculating, but this is what happens when I don't play this game in Japanese enough. Okay. I'm speculating that maybe perhaps the scenario is going to end at turn 5. I wanted to see here if the like objective was just like survive 5 turns, but no, it's not. But that's curious. Based on the fact that we saw Galeria and Geralt, I assume we're probably gonna have some more bosses flood in, assuming that they aren't here already. Actually, let's use my tools. Okay, no, we can't cycle through them. I wasn't sure if they were just like off on some other distant corner that I missed. But I imagine they're showing up. So either maybe they're showing up during, like they're showing up after turn 5, or they'll show up in the meantime here, and then we have to like pick and choose which bosses we're gonna get to keep for like their resources. Which that feels like good replayability to it. I'm glad we have like some of the good squad back, but we do have a couple of duds sitting here between the Jigan, the Rictiuses, and I mean, like I will never. We stand Chris on this channel, but gracious, I don't think she is necessarily in the greatest position for combat in this game. Having the Super Gundam though is pretty pretty positive. Okay. We want to make sure that we can get in range of the Leprechaun next turn if we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Do you have an Excel somewhere between the two of you? No. Okay. I did move Slager in here. Maybe that was the wrong choice. Maybe instead what we should have had was someone who had Excel. I'm not sure if that was an option, but that may have been an option we should have considered. Ginray, you have 6 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Because I am realizing with only 2 turns, with like this turn and the next turn, like we could not have gotten to burn this turn. We also just like aren't going to have Daisaku at max power, so like maybe damage is not going to be as good as I'm expecting out of him, right? Like we don't have the long-term investment. That feels counter. That feels like I'm saying something else. You know what I mean, though. We don't have like all the morale to stack up his like biggest attack. Oh no, he didn't move. Okay, I think we'll still be fine. While these drum blows are moving, there was also a scene between Emma, Daisaku, Ginray, and Chris. They were talking about the merits of, you know, their situation right now and how much they should be speculating, trying to versus accepting that, like, are they going to be stuck here forever? I like forget and like I'm sort of taking for granted that I know how these plots are going to work, that like obviously they're going to get to go home. But like for a lot of these characters, like yeah, they just like actually genuinely don't know that. Like this could just be life for now. Oh boy, okay. Never mind. We have so many people. Could this move word forward a little bit? That would be okay. I would be okay with that. No? Okay. That's fine. This is a pretty stacked squad though. I would be surprised. I have a sneaking suspicion that we are probably going to be leaving Byston Wells. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be leaving Byston Wells after this. So it would be weird to not have the Dunbine crew with. I suspect we're probably going to be taking them with us. I don't think we're going to have a, like... I don't think we're going to see them for this bit, and then we're going to have to come back to Byston Wells at some other point, or, like, do something else with them again to actually get them as part of the squad. Like, I think this is going to be how we get them permanently. Maybe we don't keep everybody. But... you have a move of 8. Move of 6. Do either of you have an Excel? I don't remember. No, okay. I just don't think that... like, I don't think the Wire Claw is enough to kill. Though I guess we do it anyway. Let's see what the build line looks like. I remember last time I ended up doing some math, which was now a while ago, but like I vaguely remember that numbers, all of your effects scale harder in this game because a lot of things are multiplicative rather than additive. there's a lot more collections in more recent games where they will take, you know, all the relevant stats, add them together first, then make one large division. Where here, each of them is taken individually, divided into a percentage, and then multiplied into the stat that they're using. Which means we're probably going to start lower and then scale higher later. So now knowing that burn doesn't move, what we should have done, and I like keep doing this, so like clearly this should just always be the plan, is put everybody in the Argama and then excel the Argama, push it forward so that like everyone's like right on top of where burn is. I think I'm a little scared because of having played SD Gundam G Generation Overworld. Sorry, that name is a mouthful. I can't remember the whole of it really quickly. Because of playing SD Gundam, where a lot of like that game is a lot more swingy. There's a lot of numbers going back and forth, right? Like a lot of people are getting hit for lots of points of damage, lots of times. So I was a little worried about the battleship, but there was like no reason for me to be. Okay, yeah, because we've not invested into Chris, this attack is going to be rough. So maybe we don't attack burn. Maybe we just attack a drum low. Like here, this is probably okay. I'm just like trying to get kills ahead of time to like see if we can stack morale for Daisaku. We should look to see how much morale he has though. He also might just have spirit at this point, which would like save us that trouble. Yeah, that's fine. I don't remember exactly what the numbers for the equations are, but like, if we could have given that to Chris, that would have been ideal, seeing as she also has a gain, and we just got approximately 130 XP off of Chip. Okay. You do have spirit. We could go 1, 2, 3. That's 40, 80, 100. Okay, what does 120 get us to? Neither of these are post-movement. Oh, 120 doesn't actually change anything. Okay, that's unfortunate. This would still hit from here, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could still land the Roboto Bazooka. We can't land this though. We can't land is that large gun? Something like that. This is what happens when I like we keep doing everything in English. I mean, like we should. Like that's, I want it to be convenient for you, but because I don't look at Japanese enough anymore, I like my kanji is just so is definitely faltered. Yeah, like I think that's going to be the attack. You know what? Here, hold on. Let's do this now because A, it's the larger value, so like we don't want to let him have time to scale. If we do kill burn, I want to do it sooner so that we have more units up to respond to whatever else comes out. And B, if this doesn't work, I don't mind Giant Robo not getting XP because it's probably going to get a lot because I want to use it. So we can give this to somebody else who's like going to finish the chip off, you know? Seeing that burn has 3,900 HP, I don't think we're going to finish here, but who knows? Yeah, okay. That is sort of what I was expecting. This is like honestly ideal. We could probably have Ginrei clean this up. She doesn't necessarily need the experience because she has healing, but you know, like still she's a respectable combat unit. So no Quattro, right. The Hyakushi Kikai does not have a good long range attacks. Right, and you could not actually get in range. Okay, so it probably actually has to be Ginrei if we're going to get this done. That's fine. What spirits do you have? Oh, yikes. Okay, this is a little bit more dire than I thought it was. That's fine. What's the fun in it being really easy and straightforward? Okay. This would be preferable because that's like way better hit. Okay, hold on. We're gonna try that and see if we can like, if we have someone else who can follow up. Yeah, like, we could do that if we needed to. Kara does not have a way of changing her accuracy, though. Quattro only has a focus. Do we have... Okay, so that's up to 70. That's not bad. Or, like, approximately 70. Okay. I think we're going to still fire with Ginray and hope that this... Ooh. We could be back here. Keep us safer. Hold the phone. This is 69, 70. Okay. I'd rather be back here to make sure she doesn't get swarmed by Drumlows coming in. I think I'm willing to gamble that 3% on, like, not losing her. This is still turn 2, so we still have, like, 3 more turns we need to deal with things, and I think she's the only healer we have. We also have the... Oh, darn. Okay. That's fine. We'll figure it out. We also have the energy restorer in the form of the core booster. Gracious, that hurt me. But I don't think we have any other healers, so we do kind of need to keep her around. None of y'all have Bullseye, which kind of honks. Do you have Bullseye? Oh, you do. Hold on a second. This might be a break kill. Wait. Oh, never mind. The amount of times that I still do that is so frustrating to me. I definitely press buttons too fast. It's fine. Okay. Do y'all have... We have a focus here. I guess that's our best option. That's 32 up to 62. Okay, so even if this drum blow was out of the way, we'd be 1 step away. That's a shame. From being adjacent to be able to use the plus 40% hit. Okay. Have a focus. Have a flash just to be safe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Okay, we're just gonna, like, slow down. I think this is gonna be close. But like I said, I think if, like, with knowledge now, our best bet is to force everyone into the Argama. Nice, okay. Force everyone into the Argama, excel it forward, and then have everyone, like, on top of it for this turn. Okay. Nice. That's a lot. That's good XP. A level of new type, a level of shield defense, and a level of sword cut. Okay, I want to keep looking at those, but that's fine. Let's separate. Slinger, what you got? Yo, that's such a shame that we are, like, not in range to take full advantage of this. That's fine. Okay. Then let's see what these two can do in a way that's meaningful. Here, this isn't the worst thing, right? We go focus there. Like, we could make that attack. It's not a lot of accuracy, but they can't counterattack. You've got 3 range. Do you have 4 range some other way? We could also move in to get the beam here. Bazooka, right? Hold on. Beam, no. Beam, a pistol. Gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. Why not? Like, they're not going to do anything else meaningful. Yeah, okay. Same thing here. Like, you attack this Drumlo that has practically no HP, right? Like this. We could theoretically get closer, but that risks her life, so let's not. Nice. Okay. This feels like a super training arc now, knowing what we can do here. Like, we've gotten so much XP for our party in this area, like in this route split. I see no reason to risk this. We're probably not gonna get all 5 of these off. Like, let's just make sure they're dead. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Super Gundam is exactly as good as I wanted it to be with like combined strats. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we're actually gonna stay here. I just want to like clock these. Honestly, this ain't bad. But I don't want them necessarily up front because the Drumbos are going to be scary when they like move in. I also need to be careful that like, I don't accidentally like murder all of these. I could foresee myself definitely accidentally destroying the rest of these, not realizing that I like had killed the last one. I gotta imagine we're gonna see more bosses, right? Like this can't be it. Sorry we don't have more plot to talk about. They're just like, this one's really plot light. I guess that's also kind of what's telling me that I feel like we're gonna make, maybe we're doing like another like season 1 kind of deal. That after this, we are gonna like, this is like the end of season 1 of Dunbine. And we are gonna like actually here, no, we have to leave here soon. We have to leave here soon. Because this was called the Eva route. Like we were going here to find Asuka. Like there's no world where we're not going to interact with her at least a little bit. That would be like bonkers if we just did not do anything with Eva on the Eva route. Like that seems impossible. Sure. And we only have there's only 2 missions left before this route split ends. Like I'm trying not to look like too far ahead, but I can at least see that because of looking for like what expert points look like. Okay. We aren't gonna get up here, so I guess we'll just try and do that slash. We're definitely gonna use it on this one. Okay, I recall you having some good stats here. Oh, we got a fortune. We get 2 fortunes. Great. Shame we can't pass off XP in this game, but that's fine. Yeah, that's definitely the choice. I would like to use the aura battlers in a game where aura power like actually matters some. I was so disappointed by them in Y. They like the number just didn't increase enough. Right, because that game has so much more percentage scaling. So the like, oh gracious, that game has so much more percentage scaling. So all of the like piddly like plus 50 damage, it can eventually add up. Like I feel like if I invested into them hard, I could have, but that's just the thing. Like you have to have it. Like you have to like really commit to their investment. Where here it feels like just way more natural. How like their growth feels way more natural. Oh, also, yeah, I didn't even think about this, but Amuro is part of this group, so it looks like we have resolved that issue. They have met up. He has met up with us. Okay. I think this is good. I don't think you have any growth ability, like you don't have any resource abilities, but Brooklyn's sort of gotten sidelined a little bit, and if I just clocked how much XP this area gives, we may as well try to invest into Brooklyn some too. Yeah, sweet. Okay. I guess we'll leave that one alive. This is going to be a really boring map if nothing else happens. If I say it enough times, I'm going to make it true. I swear. Okay. And maybe there's like a two or 3 parter to this map, and that just the like expert point for the 5. Oh, no one else really got hit. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna heal here. The expert point for under 5 turns is just for like the first part, and like maybe we clear this and then we go get to see we'll see the rest of the enemy group. Okay, I wasn't planning on using you to kill. That's fine. I'm definitely still underestimating damage. I wanted to give that to Chris because she has the like double XP, but that's fine. Now that we have the whole squad here, Quattro probably isn't going to get a lot of use. I mean, like, we're not that he won't get used. We just don't need to use him, so I don't mind losing some morale. Okay, I was hoping I was going to get more. You're level 25. I guess Quattro is also, like, low level. We just got him a lot. Not knowing what we are doing. Oh. Okay, this is turn 3. This is going to be heckin' boring if it's just this one. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, I recognize all these faces. It's Alan, Gerald, and Faye. We saw them in Y a lot. Okay, now you're free pickings for... Nice. Oh, we created, didn't matter. Okay. Right. Their aura power starts at 105. Like or their aura barrier. I was not thinking it was on yet, but that's not the case. Okay. Well, now given where they are, I feel like we're not gonna have enough time to kill all of these. We'll definitely take out the drumline that's near us, but we like committed everyone up. I should have probably known that we were gonna go to the side. Like we'll probably still get some of them, but like it's unlikely that the giant. But this is turn 4. Destroy all enemies by the 5th turn player phase. So that sounds like we still get turn 5 player phase to use. Okay. How... Oh, you're still at full health. Okay. Okay, we separate here. You attack with the weaker attack. That's fine. And now Chris gets to take that kill. And then anybody else who's over here can go in the Argama and excel over here for next turn. Oh, this is beam-based, though. Okay, hold on. We can not attack there, because that's not... They can't attack. That can't attack in the air. So... But I do want to do this first, because if this doesn't work out, I don't want this just, like, sitting in the back and, like, picking at us. Right, we're not using this because this is beam. And we know that the aura barrier's on now. Great, okay, perfect. Come on. Huh, not bad. I mean, I was hoping it was going to jump a little bit more, but I guess I can't complain for 3 levels off of a generic. Okay. You know what, Ingram? Just kill him. If we can kill him, just kill him. Why not? I don't even know who this is, but they won't be soon. I don't know which of the 3 this is. I think this is Gerald. Based on where we saw the, like, portrait slashing. Oh, but we still also haven't seen Galeria. Maybe she will show up next turn. It would also help, like, speculating about this is also, like, so much harder. Speculating about this is so much harder having not seen the show. Oh, my word. Wild. I was gonna say, this felt like we were, like, getting to think a little bit more, but no, not really. How did we leave this? Like, this still feels so power fantasy. How did we get from this to Y when this also feels just, like, absolutely cracked in half? Do you have an Excel somewhere? No, we do have another fortune though. That's good. Okay, we can do that on one of these bosses next turn. Okay. Do you have a focus? You do. I'm really glad we decided to use Marvel. She seems, I mean, like, she's probably as good as any of the rest of the Aura battlers, but she definitely is holding her own in this game so much more than she was in Y. Just because they, like, actually gave her, like, reasonable spirits. I guess because they like Marvel's profile in Y is a lot closer to Knee or Keen, and because they were moved off of pilots into assists, like that's just not right. Like they don't have the ability to fill that role. We don't have any pilots filling the Ore Battler roles. Where here we're allowed to diversify a little bit more because we have 4 of them. So I see the logic. It does make her kind of unusable, you know. What's next? We actually, well, no, Marvel will probably be able to hold her in. Is she at 105? She is. Okay, she's got Aura Barrier up. Though I guess these characters like typically don't. The Aura Barrier seems more designed to help the Aura Battlers fight the like rest of the cast. Do you not have Aura Power? Oh, you just don't have Aura Power. Okay. So one of these kills should probably go to you in the hopes of getting you Aura Power, right? Because I was kind of counting on using that, but I know you have the weirdest pool, right? So we're gonna bullseye to be safe, and then also like obviously we're going to gain. But this is like can Amuro chip? We probably can't chip here. Okay, hold on. Someone's got to have a scan somewhere. That's a scan. How much more now do you have? Do you already have Aura Barrier up? You do not. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Right, so Amuro can chip here. That won't kill. Yeah. Okay. And then this will. How do we keep you safe, though? We could also just not worry about keeping you safe. Right? It's maybe... We maybe can, like, play into the self-destruct strats a little bit more, like, that it's okay if we're going to trade some levels for... Right, this will cost, like, what, like 3,000 at the end? If you said during intermission, pay 3,000 money, level your character up 3 to 4 times, would you do that? Pretty much always yes, I think. I've always been one to say that, like, the points you put into your units are better than the levels you get. And I think that's true, but I think I was, like, comparing 1 to 1. Like, if I get, like, 3 or 4 levels out of it, especially if they are levels that give you effects, like that, for instance, that's worthwhile in my mind. Yeah, like, that unlocks, like, a full attack set for her, so... I kind of want to stack Quattro up here because a lot of these enemies are still on this side. I'm sort of hoping how they can file in, we can like maybe get the map attack off. I don't think you have an Excel, no. I do that literally every time. This is what happens because I record it so sporadically that I just don't actually remember having... I don't remember that information, you know? Okay, you go back in here, you go back in here. You can't go in, so I guess we send you over on your own. I'm also used to them having an Excel. Whoa. Whoa. This just in. Aura Battlers. Good. Like, this is not worth it. But... let's put a focus on and a flash. Like, I don't think we're gonna have much left to this. No, sorry. I don't think we're going to. We don't have much left here. So let's just do that to give us another body to help maybe protect Knee. No, that was Knee. Keen. We decided you don't have an Excel, right? Yeah, to make sure. The Argama... Hold on. The Argama can just get farther than where Show is. The only downside is he's losing morale, so maybe we don't want to do that. Okay. Oh. Hold on. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess, no, that's exact C's. I'm just thinking that, like, we don't want to be attacking in the... Is there a name to this? Wingaku... Sorry. Wing. Kya. Kya. Ki. Ya. Riba. I don't know. The wing something. We don't want to be attacking this if we can help it. We want to be in Buildmine mode. So, and that's not going to be enough movement from its position. Assuming that the rest of the squad doesn't move, they might. I mean, they probably will, but I think this is actually still correct. How about the Grungust? The Grungust is close enough that we can do this. Man, y'all were talking about the Grungust tank the other day in chat, and I really want to see a Grungust. I want to see what the first Grungust looks like now. Okay. You need to be out so that we can do separate strats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And you fly and are already close enough. So, can we just chip from here? Like, oh, I forgot that we had. We did like a little lesson on this one on stealth. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. How risky is this? Like, that's probably not enough damage to warrant. I think let's just keep the focus on to keep us safe. And then, okay, that's all we have left. We already have an Excel on. Otherwise, there's no way we're getting that movement, so we are good here. And I think we should be fine for next turn. And we're going to try and keep a Drumlow alive for the expert point. If of all the things we could choose, we're going to try and keep an expert point alive. Yeah, and because we put the Argoma in close, that keeps the rest of the team safe. I think we're just going to block here again. Yeah, I mean, because we put both the battleships in close. One extra. Wait, hold on a second. That was 42. That was 43. That's 1 point different. Okay, we're gonna take the higher level, the higher damage attack then. Oh, I forgot to check for beams. I forgot to check for beamness. Okay. Do I want these going to Ciela though? To Sheila. Okay, who do we want these going to if not? Marvell definitely, no. I was gonna say, Marvell definitely doesn't need one, but we're gonna give one of the bosses to Marvell because she has both. Then Sho can fortune for the other boss. No, he can't because we put him in the battleship. Darn it. I think we still probably don't care about it being Ciela that much. I think now, yeah, we get to like hold on to these now. Okay. You had legal attack. All right, that's fine. Oh, do we not get do we not get turn 5? Oh, there she is. Okay. There's Galleria. Okay, yeah, so Chum is like freaking out about the amount of power that she has. Oh, if this takes Sho out of the battleship, this would be really nice because we get to fortune that. Ooh, lots of energy. Okay, looks like I have some reading to go do. I will be right back. Okay, yeah, so I'm trying to like I'm trying to read the like menu mission cut in, not until we like absolutely have to, because I don't want to like get stuff spoiled for me, both mechanics and story. But yeah, so like anyone that is like vaguely psychic or like has some sort of like mental connection is clocking that more than just things going wrong, the amount of like bloodlust and aura power, both positive and negative, that's happening right now, the clash between the two of them is like altering the fabric of space. Something is opening, and presumably that's what the like Byston Wellians have been calling the Aura Road. So maybe this mission is over. Our black screen tells me this might be over. That'd be really disappointing. I would like to see Akarasu. Oh, yup. Okay. I would like to see Akarasu update that. Well, okay. So yeah, Ciela, knowing this, Ciela would have landed that attack. Or should have at least tried to make the attack. but destroy all enemies by the 5th turn player phase. And when I read that, that to me says I have a player phase. Like, yeah, I think that description to me says that I have a player phase. I can see reading it why it might say I don't, but I would have made some different choices knowing that. Like, it's not the end of the world. I'm not like upset. I think that there's a space for correction and improvement there. Right, we finished the Grunga, so now we can put points elsewhere. Okay. I do notice that we don't have our Aura Battlers. That's not good. Okay. I am going to tentatively hold my money to try and put them on the Aura Battlers. You know what? Hold on. Let's look at parts quick. Right? Oh, they deposited a lot of parts into our inventory. Okay. Who would have been wearing these? Okay. Yeah, I think they took all the parts off the Aura Battlers, too. Oh, no, do we not get to keep them? No, we invested so much into Marvel. Ah! Okay. Well, I will figure out parts. I'll figure out parts for next time. Yeah, this, like, these moments, like, between route split or, like, after kind of part of route split always feel weird, because, like, I don't want to waste a lot of time trying to put things places that also aren't going to stay there long term, right? Like, those Apogee motors should go onto our Aura Battlers. So, like, how much good are they going to do in the meantime? But it's fine. It's fine. Well, that was a bit shorter, but I think that worked out fine. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. I appreciate you being here back for the pre-recorded stuff. I definitely feel like we're into the plot now. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I feel like we are stacking up for this to be similar to W's integration of story and plot. That it feels like we're going back to the real world now because of the Aura Road opening, and that feels like we could have a lot of very good Super Robot Wars only style interactions. But you'll have to wait until next Wednesday to find that out with me. This is coming out on a Friday, so the next time you're going to hear from me in like time order will be Sunday for another episode of W, and then Monday for another episode of SD Gundam G Generations Overworld. I want that title to be just like slightly longer. It's like almost obnoxious. It's almost so long that it's obnoxiously funny to say it. But that's my schedule. Hopefully you'll stick around for some of it. Or all of it if you really like me for whatever reason. But regardless of what you choose to do, I appreciate you being here. I'm delighted to see that we have more and more members all of the time. I'm glad the team is still growing, and I'm looking forward to. I have a lot of ideas for the new year. I know every YouTuber says that, but I have some more. I feel like I've got more time and space and inspiration to work. So I'm hoping we get some more cool stuff coming down the pipeline for like non-streaming content coming up soon. So look forward to that. Stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I will bid you all adieu. Thank you all for watching again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Make meeting and the rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.